This is Dr. Ramkrishna, author and life coach, and welcome to my channel Redefine Life with Dr. RK. Today I am back with one more very interesting video that is about handwriting analysis, which is also known as graphology. Let's check it out. Handwriting analysis or graphology can be used as a tool to reveal the personality traits, the strengths, the weaknesses, or the abilities of a person. The handwriting is carried out in an unconscious state of mind, therefore has got great deal of information that can be used to interpret the characteristics of a person. Every time we write, we are under the influence of certain emotions and certain inner feelings that depict our mood, and therefore we unconsciously give a graphic picture of our characteristics that can be interpreted. It is a proven fact that the motor nervous system transmits certain kinds of instructions to the hand that is holding the pen. Therefore, handwriting is also known as brain writing. Through graphology, the mood swings or the argumentative attitude or the accident prone mentality can be depicted and may be used for a better purpose, wherein we can pave way for a very good relationship with friends, relatives or colleagues. Though handwriting changes with the age and the mood, but the basic structure remains the same, which again allows us to interpret the characteristics and the personality traits without any hindrance. Handwriting analysis can be carried out in three aspects. The first one is script, the second one is signatures, and the third one is doodles. At the outset, let us try to understand the uses of graphology. Psychologists use as character analysis to study human behavior. Graphotherapists use to improve the person's mental health. Forensic graphologists use to check veracity of documents. Counselors use to advise people on compatibility, and hobbyists use to learn about self and friends. Let us start with the first segment, that is script. It requires minimum 100 words on a white paper written by the person, but it should be written unconsciously and he should not be aware that his handwriting is going to be analyzed. The second thing is each line needs to be underlined so that it forms a baseline. So now with this cue of baseline we can analyze his handwriting. The first one is, if the baseline is leveled, it means the person is stable, reliable, realistic and organized. If there is an ascending order in the baseline slope, then the person is ambitious, energetic, unrealistic, optimistic and wants to stay busy. If it is falsely ascending, for example, it starts ascending for a shorter time, then it again comes back down. So this means the person starts very good but he is a quitter. If the base line is descending, it means the person is depressed, discouraged, pessimist, weak and tired. Continuing with the baseline slopes analysis, if the lines are varied, then the person is moody and temperamental. If the baseline forms as a convex, then he is a brilliant starter but tries and may not finish. This is how it is analyzed for the convex. If it is concave, he is a reliable finisher, lacks initial confidence and later on he may pick up with confidence. Then if it falls and raises, that means he battles against discouragement. He will be having bouts of discouragement in between the tasks. And if the line is suddenly falling apart, that means it is suicidal and the tendencies are very high and may give up suddenly and unexpectedly. After analyzing the baseline slopes, now let us move on to the margins. Margins also give us a lot of information about the personality traits. If the person is leaving a wide left margin, it means he is cultural, impractical, impulsive, intelligent, lavish, reserved and shy. If the person leaves a narrow left margin, that means he is desirous, he is expecting popularity, he is very practical but tactless, he has limited education and is very informal. If the left margin is becoming narrower from the first line to the last line, that means the person is depressed, he is a poor planner, shy, loss of self-confidence over a period of time. If the left margin is becoming wider from the first line to the last line, then it means the person increases confidence over a period of time. He is very enthusiastic, but impatient and impulsive, and he's very lavish and spontaneous. If it is uneven left margin, then he do not follow the society standards and a bit hostile. Continuing with the margins, if a person leaves a wider right margin, then he is oversensitive, he is practical, reserved, self-conscious, and sometimes he is wasteful also. If he leaves a narrow right margin, it means he is accident prone. He is very hasty, impulsive, suspicious, and a very poor planner. If the right margin becomes narrower from the first line to the last line, then there is a decreasing shyness in his attitude. And if the right margin is becoming wider, it means he has a fear of others, and he has self-confidence lost over a period of time. And if there is an irregular right margin, it means he is adventurous, he lacks consistency, and he likes to travel. If a person leaves very wide margins, that means he is feeling lonely. He has a lot of secrets and is socially maladjusted and is withdrawn. If there is no margin at all, then he is very generous, hospitable, impulsive, kind, but a poor planner. He is very restless, and he is also tactless. If there is wide upper margin, that means he is very cautious but generous, hesitant, reserved, lacking confidence. If there is a narrow upper margin, that means he is direct, he is very informal, he economizes, and he is very impatient, may lack education. If there is a wide lower margin, that means he is aloof, he is idealistic, he fears emotion, fears future, he is a very poor planner, he is very superficial. And if there is a narrow lower margin, that means he is very depressed, eager to express, poor planner, and he is very materialistic. Now let us see the second segment of the handwriting analysis, that is signatures. If a person is having a legible signature, that means if he is revealing his name, that means he is a very good communicator, he is very sincere, he is very practical, reliable, and considerate. If somebody has a illegible signature, that means he is not revealing his name, that means he has that self-importance, and he lacks self-worth. The signature that is underlined once, we see many times, that means the person is confident and firm. If a person has a signature underlined more than once, that means sometimes 2 times or the 3 times, then he desires to be noticed, he tries to be popular. Then the signature that is crossed fully or partially, that means the person is dissatisfied with himself, is sometimes self-destructive, and is unhappy. We also see somebody having encircle first letter. That means the person is suspicious, is anxious, defensive, withdrawn, and protective. Then the letter slopes towards upward, that means he is optimistic, friendly, communicative, and has a positive self-image. If the signature slopes downwards, then the person is depressed, pessimistic, he is shy and reserved. Sometimes we see people using large capitals in their signatures, that means they need public appreciation and wants to be famous. If the signature is slightly larger than the normal handwriting, that means the person is very ambitious, is proud, and is very self-confident. If we see the signature much larger than the normal writing, that means the person is attention seeking, he feels to be self-important, and sometimes he is thoughtless, and he exaggerates his ego. If we see the angular signature, that means the person is very aggressive. And we see sometimes the rounded signature, that means the person is affectionate and warm-hearted. Now coming to the third segment of handwriting analysis, that is doodles. Doodles means a person who draws something or writes something unconsciously when he is doing some other things, like sometimes he is talking to somebody, or he is maybe on phone, or he is doing something else, but unconsciously he draws something. These doodles also reveal a lot of characteristics and the personality traits of a person. If a person draws transport vehicles, that means he is very adventurous and he likes to travel. If a person draws arrows, that means he's very aggressive, he's antisocial and hostile. Sometimes we see people drawing birds, that means they are very affectionate and gentle. If somebody draws boxes, that means he's constructive minded, emotional, intellectual head, and sometimes his head rules the heart. If sometimes people draw brackets, that is they like facts and solves problems. If somebody draws circles, that means they are very affectionate, they are kind and sensitive. If somebody draws a full face, that means they are very friendly, sociable, mixes very easily with others. The face wearing glasses with mustache, sometimes you see, that means they are concealing a secret. They have something in their mind but they are not revealing it. If the face is drawn with a cigar, that means they are very aggressive and angry. And sometimes we see people drawing houses, and these people are very affectionate, very compassionate, they are very unambitious, but they are very warm hearted. Sometimes we see people adding glasses, mustache or beard to already finished image. That means these people desire authority but they doesn't have right now. If somebody makes an image and then crosses it, that means the person is very fussy, unhappy with self. If somebody draws sun, that means he's very adaptable and sensitive. Sometimes people draw springs, that means their fears taking risks, and they are repressed basically. And the complicated roots, that means he is a very good problem solver, he likes details, he is very logical. We also see people drawing squares, that means they are very clear about their ambitions and they are very constructive. Sometimes people draw spider webs, that means these people are frustrated, they are worried, and they want solution from others. Then if somebody draws trees and leaves, then these people are affectionate, they are very compassionate and very warm. Sometimes people have these numbers, that means these people are preoccupied with the numbers, and most of the times these people are addicted to money kind of things. Before ending the video, I wish to give a few thoughts about this handwriting analysis. As I already said in the beginning, handwriting is brain writing, and the motor nervous system always works on the hand, that is writing at that moment, and the inner feelings and the emotions are depicted on the paper, and that can be analyzed. The second thing is, everyone's handwriting is unique, as it is similar to a fingerprint. Everyone's fingerprint is unique. Similarly, everyone font is also unique. The third thing is that we need to analyze more than one script or signature or a doodle to have a confirmation about the analysis what we are doing about somebody's handwriting. And one more very important thing is that graphology cannot predict future, and we should never jump into conclusions when we are analyzing somebody's handwriting. I hope that this video is informative and maybe useful at some point of time in our lives, and I hope you like this video. If you like this video, please share it and subscribe to my channel Redefine Life with Dr. RK. Thank you for watching.